Okay, we're going to get started. Mara, thank you for joining us on our conference call today. Are you hearing me okay?
I am. I'm happy to be here.
Okay, great. Would you just give us a quick little introduction of who you are and who you're with?
Of course. So my name is Mara. I'm with Congressman Jared Polis's office. We are taking a pretty active role in industrial hemp in not only Colorado but at the federal level, really bringing it, trying to help legislation move forward at the federal level so that way farmers in states that have approved it can do so without the fear of the federal government having repercussions. So it's an important agricultural commodity. With the recent passage of the Farm Bill, colleges and universities, as well as the Colorado Department of Agriculture and authorized pilot programs, are now allowed to grow and cultivate industrial hemp, and we're really excited to be a part of that. So our office is a great resource for people who need help navigating the process that is the new industrial hemp guidelines, and please use us as that.
Great. So there has been a lot of questions and a little bit of confusion going on regarding, things in Colorado, but specifically more of like the Farm Bill, which is where you come in for sure. Can I ask you a few questions so we can try to get some clarification for listeners on the line and future listeners on the web from this call?
Of course.
Okay, great. So my first question is, which everybody wants to know, can we import viable hemp seed from Canada or any other country currently into the U.S. for our hemp agricultural cultivation efforts?
The easy, simple answer is no as of right now, unfortunately, because it's still considered a Schedule I on the controlled substance list. That being said, you are encouraged and welcome to apply through the USDA to import plants, but as of yet, our office has not heard if there's been any success with an application. So unfortunately, because of its Substance 1 status still with the Controlled Substance Act, we are still having upward issues dealing with importing hemp seed from Canada or other countries.
Okay, so seed importation may be possible down the road. It is not right now because of the Controlled Substance List scheduling, but what kind of time frame are we looking at for the DEA to make some action regarding change of that scheduling?
I really wish that I could give you a direct answer. The DEA has been getting quite a bit of pressure, not only from our offices, but also from other congressional delegations in other states that have approved industrial hemp, and that's something that we are actively working on. As of right now, we do not have a timetable. The federal government works at, there's just a lot of different levels and a lot of different people that need to be part of that discussion, and unfortunately I just don't have the timetable right now, but it is something that we are actively working on.
Okay, great, and that is very much appreciated. So tell Jared thank you for all his work and everybody else at that office. Well, when the time does come, who will be able to import viable hemp seed into the U.S.?
Right now, research and development people specifically involved in R&D, because it's been legalized on the federal level under certain conditions, as well as commercial hemp farmers will be able to import seed from other countries. Because it is legal at the federal level through the Farm Bill for those aspects.
Okay, so our hemp research and development pilot program here in Colorado is through our Colorado Agriculture Department right now, and those applications have already become available. So through our research and development or licensing, we may have hope to import seed down the road.
Very much so.
Okay, great. Now, you mentioned something about the USDA and maybe an application with them to import plants. What do you mean by that?
So the USDA has a grant application, or not a grant application, an application to import seeds.
Okay.
This goes from everything from importing tulips from the Netherlands to importing grasses and things of that nature if you want to import seed or plant material from another country. there have been farmers who have started the USDA application to bring hemp seed into the states. Again, our office hasn't heard if anybody has been successful with these applications as of yet, but in order to import seed from another country, you would have to go through the USDA application.
And then what is the name of that USDA application for our listeners now and in the future?
It's the application to bring plant material, let me get the exact name, but it's a plant material to import plant material to the United States.
So maybe application to import plants or plant products?
Yes.
Okay, so when we, tell me how that process works if you know. So I go to the USDA website and in there, there's a form called this?
Exactly. So there will be
Okay.
a form specifically for plant importation and plant material importation. And it's actually a fairly short form, in perfect honesty.
Okay.
And we encourage people who are filling out this application to have all of their ducks in a row. And that means that if you are importing seed from Canada and you have the hemp seed application through the USDA, you also have proof that hemp seed is less than 0.3 THC. So any resources that you can have to better your application are greatly appreciated and will give you a higher success rate. So making sure that you have those certified letters, that you have the businesses that you are applying through are in good standing with their own governments and their own communities as well.
Okay, so on now is that the USDA at a Colorado office level? Do we need to go to the Colorado USDA offices at any point, or this is just going through their website and
it's just
looking
going
for that?
Website.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. That sounds like extra exciting. I'm doing that right after we get off the phone. Okay, so great. Let me see. Let me think of another question. Okay, I know a good one. Since R&D has been legalized on the federal level, under certain conditions, will hemp, like commercial hemp farmers specifically, be at risk by the feds? For example, like insurance, loss of subsidies, perhaps criminal charges, other worst case scenario examples that are being discussed on the internet right now. Is that?
No. The DOJ has confirmed that there will be no repercussions at the federal level. There will also be new banking measures to help local farmers.
Yes.
And so there will be other resources available for hemp and commercial farmers, not just R&D. But the DOJ has confirmed that there will be no repercussions at the federal level. For
specifically commercial farmers, including R&D farming efforts.
Correct.
Okay, great. Well, that's good to know. So when is the banking measures that you just mentioned going to be discussed or implemented or actualized?
We hope within the session. Right now we're working for things, but again, we can't. I wish I could give a very specific timeline, but we just don't have that right now.
Okay, and that's just because things are still happening in this session, both state and federal right now. Got that. Okay.
Correct.
So, but nobody, when commercial farmers are asking me, like 80-year-old conservative farmers, we're worried that all our property is going to be seized and, we're going to lose everything if the feds come in. I can reassure them that that is not the case from the Department of Justice.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So let me ask another question. Is there any hemp farming grants or money available through maybe federal funding of any sort or any state ones that you may know of?
There are no federal funds available as of right now, specifically for hemp R&D or hemp commercial production. That's not to say that won't change down the line, but currently there are no federal grant monies available specifically for hemp production. At the state level, Colorado Department of Ag does have an application specifically for agriculture and bringing to help sustain and to help, I'm trying to find the correct words here, I'm so sorry, through the Colorado Department of Ag, there is a grant available that will specifically for the development of new crops and commodities in the agricultural community.
So if we wanted information on that, we just basically call Laura or Brian or someone at the Ag Department and ask them about the local hemp.
And I do believe that one was due at the end of February, but that doesn't mean to say that it won't be opened up again.
I see. So there's deadlines on those. Okay. All right. Something good to know about. All right. Let me ask you another question. When we do get our act together and are able to import and we're, having fields of hemp plants versus fields of corn, are we going to be able to ship our viable seed and resell it to other legal states like Kentucky or Nebraska or whoever legalizes hemp over the next year or more?
Right now, the answer is no, but that doesn't mean. But that's because the bill and the measures given in the hemp bill need further clarification, and so that's not because the bill needs further fleshing out at that point in time. So we are hopeful that answer, that state-to-state sharing of hemp production, will be available, but as of right now, it is not.
And is that because we have to send it through the mail and it's basically illegal to send the hemp seeds or hemp plants or any kind of commerce like that through the U.S. Whatever Postal Service?
Yes. So, it's a couple of things. Yes, you hit the nail on the head.